The world's strongest team, five-time world champions Brazil, are going home, and they're going home from the round of 16. The team that knocked them out? None other than Norway. MetLife Stadium, New Jersey, the round of 16 of the 2026 World Cup. Norway beat Brazil 2-1. The man who scored both goals, the player turning this tournament into his personal stage, Erling Haaland. Today, we're breaking down how this shocking round of 16 tie unfolded, what was said before and after, and why this result carries so much weight. First, the backdrop to this matchup. Any fan who knows their football felt a strange tension the moment this fixture was drawn. Because Norway is the one team the kingdom of football, Brazil, had never beaten. Before this match, the all-time head-to-head between Brazil and Norway read 2 draws, 2 losses. Brazil had never once beaten Norway. In particular, Norway's 2-1 win over Brazil in the group stage of the 1998 World Cup in France remains one of the great upsets in World Cup history. So this round of 16 was also a chance for Brazil to finally break their bogey team curse. Let's look at how both teams reached the last 16. Brazil struggled against Japan in the round of 32 before winning 2-1, thanks to a stoppage-time turnaround from Gabriel Martinelli. Norway came through by beating Ivory Coast 2-1, with Haaland scoring a decisive goal in that one, too. Even before kickoff, the spotlight was firmly on Haaland. Brazil, coached by the world-class Carlo Ancelotti, faced relentless questions about one thing: how do you stop Haaland? Ancelotti's answer was this: I don't think there is such a thing as an anti-Haaland plan. I don't need to tell my players how to defend, they have faced him a few times. Was it confidence or complacency? Knowing how it ended, those words were always going to be replayed. By contrast, Brazil midfielder Bruno Guimarães, who has clashed with Haaland often through Manchester City, was far more wary. He is really something else. We have to make sure somebody stays on him, because with one ball he can decide the match. Norway coach Ståle Solbakken kept a low profile. Brazil have one of the best pairs of defenders in this tournament. Of course they are the favourites. And yet he stressed the collective: for me, this isn't Haaland versus Brazil's defence. It's Brazil versus Norway. Once the match began, the early rhythm favoured Brazil. In the first half, Norway's Christopher Ager brought down Matheus Cunha with a tackle, and after a VAR review, Brazil were awarded a penalty. A golden chance to take the lead and control the game. The taker, Bruno Guimarães, but he missed it. In hindsight, that moment was the turning point of the entire match. Brazil, who could have gone ahead, failed to grab the lead, and Norway survived. Then, in the 79th minute, that man finally broke the silence. A cross from the left by Andreas Gjeldrup, and Haaland finished it to put Norway 1-0 up. Even Brazil's pride, the world-class centre-back pairing of Gabriel and Marquinhos, couldn't contain him in that instant. Trailing now, Brazil threw everything forward for an equaliser, but Norway's organisation held firm, and time was not on Brazil's side. And then, in the final moment of regulation, Haaland again. This time a low, powerful strike into the corner for his second. 2-0, the goal that effectively ended the match. Deep in second-half stoppage time, Brazil won another penalty after a foul on Casemiro, and this time Neymar converted to make it 2-1. But it was too late. That goal only narrowed the score. It couldn't save Brazil. Here's why this result is such a seismic event, told in numbers. Brazil's exit in this round of 16 is their earliest World Cup exit in 36 years, since the 1990 World Cup in Italy. Even more striking, from 1994 to 2022, across 8 straight World Cups, Brazil were the only team to reach the quarter-finals every single time. That extraordinary streak was snapped, right here, at the hands of Norway. Ranked the top title favourites, carrying title or bust expectations under Ancelotti, Brazil now leave the tournament having fallen far short. On the other side, history was rewritten. This is the first time Norway have ever reached a World Cup quarter-final. They had lost on their 2 previous trips to the round of 16, in 1938 and 1998. And now, on their 3rd attempt, they've finally broken through, and they did it against Brazil. There were flashes of temper late on. Once Haaland's second goal all but settled it, Brazil's players grew desperate. Stoppage time saw some shoving that involved Neymar. But when the final whistle blew, MetLife Stadium filled with what has become Norway's signature. The players lined up facing their supporters and clapped in unison overhead, the Viking clap. And right at the front, leading it alongside the fans, was Haaland. Another big talking point from this match is the individual record. With his 2 goals, Haaland reached 7 for the tournament, drawing level with Kylian Mbappé and Lionel Messi at the top of the Golden Boot race. On top of that, Haaland's scoring streak for his country now stretches to 14 games, with 27 goals in that span. It's a pace that more than lives up to his goal machine reputation. Against Brazil, on the sport's biggest stage, Haaland once again proved he is the finest striker of this era. Having completed the upset, Norway, in their first ever quarterfinal, will face the winner of England versus Mexico. Just how far this team, led by Haaland and Martin Odegaard, can go has become one of the most compelling storylines of the tournament. Brazil, meanwhile, head home with their dream of a sixth star halted in the round of 16. From the future of manager Ancelotti to the state of Brazilian football as a whole, the questions are stacking up again. The fall of a team once called the world's best, and the jubilation of a side writing its first ever quarterfinal, all in a single match. This one game captured exactly why the World Cup is called drama without a script. Did you see this result coming? Can Holland's Norway go all the way? Let us know in the comments. We'll keep breaking down the World Cup's biggest talking points, so you don't miss a thing. See you in the next video.